Hey guys, what's up? Kristen from Games on Smash here, and I wanted to show you a little tech of something that I like to call the HDR-FX1. This is the camera I use for E3, this is the camera that I use for all of my reviews, and this is the camera that I spent way too much money on. So I'm going to tell you all of its specs and show you how amazing it truly is. The HDR-FX1 has a bunch of features on it. As you can tell, it has a 2.5-inch LCD screen, making it easy to view, review all of your videos and your video needs. It has two different ways you can zoom. You have your zoom on the top to zoom in and zoom out, or you can go into a more controlled focus ring, good for rack focus and film techniques. I have a very big lens here with a built-in lens cover, which you can open and close. The hood is very helpful as well. Right on top of the LCD screen, you have all of your controls for your VCR mode, where you can go through and review all of your footage, adjust the LCD brightness, its backlight function, the battery info, volume that your camera outputs during sound and video clips. The Sony HDR-FX1 comes with a 2-hour battery. Standard for cameras, rechargeable, but not helpful when you're going to a big event, say E3. So what I did is I ended up buying this 12-hour battery right here. You can see it sticking out. Release it right here. 12 hours versus 2 hours. This saves me so much trouble of trying to save my battery throughout E3. And in fact, I actually had my battery die, so then I went back to this one. Made it a lot more helpful. Easy pop on, easy pop out. This camera does use standard tapes and high definition tapes. It goes through new and old technology, making it very efficient for people who may not be able to afford the high definition video tapes. Or if you have a bunch of DV tapes laying around, you can still use them and upload with them and edit with them and re-record. So you have a lot of options, which I really enjoy. That was one of the biggest features that I enjoyed about this camera. You have your focus, you can go auto, manual, or infinity. Autofocus is actually amazingly well on this camera. I've had bunches of cameras in the past that cannot autofocus in the dark at all. This camera can autofocus very well in the dark, much better than any standard camera I've ever seen. I know this because I like to spin fire and I like to glow stick, and there's cameras who just crap out on you completely. You have your ND filters, which are great for when you go outside into the sun. Great for toning down shots that are too bright. You have your white balance, iris gain, shutter speed, your basic tools. In the back here you have your audio levels, which you can control your audio levels with. At E3 was the first time I actually got to use a microphone. The microphone plugs in right up front right here in the audio video location. This does not have an XLR output, but it also is an older camera. This was probably one of the first HD cameras ever made by Sony back in 2005. Even if you still try to buy one of these used, you're probably still going to pay just as much as I did, $3,000. This camera was rated for 2005, 6, and 7, I believe, for Sony's Camera of the Year, because of the high quality visuals you get with this camera. It has more color than any camera I've ever seen, thus why I shelled out so much money for it. Headphone socket's right in a convenient location where your fingers go, easy if you're trying to man two things at once. Interesting spot for the iLink or FireWire. Your FireWire output's right here underneath the HDDV spot. You can switch in between the two, and it's an easy way to capture onto your computer. There's a neat little button right here next to another zoom button. It's called the expanded focus. You can click it and it will automatically zoom in for a few moments and zoom out if you're trying to do emphasis on someone's face. It's great for an artsy look. Now this camera isn't for the average person. This camera is for someone who is looking for a film career, trying to get into the film business, wants to look professional at a big event, news conferences. A lot of people who are in the news business, like your local news station, do use these types of cameras. And I thought I'd give you a closer look at the cameras that you see on TV all the time for your new HD cable. This is Kristen from Games on Smash, and I'm out.